All right, guys, let's take a quick look at a small military-inspired watch from Bulova. This is the classic hack military A-11 design, which is an older military-designed watch that was, I believe, issued to our military folk. And so it has like the history and the inspiration from that. So first off, have to say big thanks to my buddy Mimo from Mimo's Jewelry out in Long Beach, California. He sent this and a couple of Seikos over. I ended up buying one of the Seikos, so I'll be doing a video on that one soon. But he's my authorized dealer of choice for Seiko, G-Shock, Bulova, Frederic Constant, and like a few other brands. So definitely check them out, and I'll put a link down below with a code that you can use for a discount code. Give him a shout. And plus, if you use the code that I give you, he'll know that I sent you. So you don't even really have to say anything. You could just order it. So case size on this 37 millimeter. That's kind of true to the original dimensions, I believe. 45 lug-to-lug drilled lugs on this one, full polished. Thickness is 14.5 millimeters, so a little bit on the thicker side for especially this size watch. 18 millimeter lug width here, but honestly, you're going to pretty much wear it on the provided brown strap. And I'll cover that in a moment, but it's just a well done, fabric strap and a little unconventional in its attachment. 7 millimeter standard screw. It's not a screw down crown, excuse me. So you can wind it in the first position and then one position out hacks the movement so you can set for accurate timekeeping and then push it in and you're up and running again. So the movement inside is the Citizen Miyota 82SO. In case you didn't know, Citizen owns Bulova, so that's appropriate. It's, I guess, their own brand of movement. So it's all, I can't really say it's in-house, but it's the same company that owns it. The model number on this one is actually a 96A282, and it doesn't really say it on there. It got cut off, and the retail price is $450. You're going to get a deal. You're going to be in the probably mid to low 300s, basically, for this thing, is where you're really going to be paying for it. 50-meter water resist. Has a mineral crystal on it, though, not a sapphire crystal. So I don't know what the decision on that was to use non-sapphire, but whatever. I'm sure it'll hold up just fine. Now the strap attachment, I talked about that. Let's zoom in a little bit, and I want to kind of show this, both the dial and the polished case and everything. So you have that kind of like a regular like country matte blue dial with stark white printing on there. You have a very simple, almost sword-ish style handset with a pop of a red seconds hand with a 21,600 vibrations per hour beat rate on it. You have a signed crown that's oversized, and then check out how the strap is actually attached. So you have spring bars, and it's attached almost like a two-piece, but then you have this one piece that comes down from the top side and attaches via a keeper to the lower side. Now I've thought about this, and I'm fairly certain I'm correct in thinking that if you had a spring bar failure on either end, that the watch is still captured, all because of this piece right here. So, I mean, play that out in your head, right? So if this one fails, you're still going to be hooked here. This didn't fail, right? So you're still going to be hooked here. If this fails, then all that happens is this holds on to this part of the strap. I guess unless it came fully undone. I mean, I think you would notice it. I guess this could pass all the way through somehow, but I don't know if there's enough room for that to pass through that. I think it would get caught. I think you would feel that. And then if you had a failure on this side, the same thing. It's just going to like kind of flap. So I think it's not 100% secure like a regular needle would be, but it's got to be at least 80%. And then this keeper up here is fully floating all the way down. So you're going to be able to get a good tuck on this thing. So speaking of well, you know what? Before I do that, I wanted to show you the case back. So the case back, in true military form, it has all of the information, all the data. So the type A-11, specification number, serial number, part number, order number, the watch brand, the model number, and all that stuff. It's just kind of cool that they spec'd it out like that. That gives it that real military vibe. The loom on it's not great. I will show you the loom at the end, but let me put it on my 7¼ inch wrist so you can see what that looks like. If you're into these type of watches, I think this is going to be a good one to pick up. It has on the holes here, the eyelets for the tang to go through are all metal. So the strap should last a long time. Now, you can see I have a little bit of floppy bits here, but because this one just moves, we can just go ahead and slide that over, and now we have a nice clean tuck. So easily worn on my 7¼ inch wrist, and I don't have to worry about that NATO fold back or anything that really is the most annoying part of a NATO for me personally. I love the way they look, and in a really narrow one like this 18 mil, wears pretty good. It's pretty comfortable. So I definitely couldn't do like a 22 mil. I could probably do a 20 or an 18, but I would like to see maybe some other maybe aftermarket straps. If you guys know of any that do it like how this one is attached, I'd be interested in taking a look at those. So really nice hardware, overall great construction, and just a kind of a fun, more vintage inspired watch, but yet looks brand new instead of going with all the faux patina and everything like that. So it looks brand new, but it has that vintage vibe to it, its overall aesthetics. Let's kill the lights and check the lume on it. I did kind of preview it. It's not great. I mean, you can see it, and okay, my eyes are adjusting to the darkness, and I can see it, but I suspect it's not going to be very long life. It's not like a heavy application, but it's definitely there. So it does have lume, and all the Arabics are loomed up and the handset. So that's kind of nice. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video.